Let me just make sure I record this. Because I still do not have... Ooh. The bitrate looks like it's doing fine. But, you know... Sorry, I could hear... I could hear one of my flatmates leaving. So... we're doing the lantern right. Hopefully... we'll get... oh, firstly, hopefully we won't, like... oh dear. Be interrupted by this character is busy with another quest. And secondly, I want some interaction between, like, Venti, Xiao and Zhongli. Whether we get that is a different question. My hair is really annoyingly trapped underneath my headphone. Bitrate looks like it's doing fine. It keeps like dropping to red for a second and going back to green. No, reset. This reset hotkey does not reset properly. Let's just get into the game. Because I've not got anything to talk about because I haven't done anything. All I've done so far today is the washing, shopping, and then working on an essay that's due on Tuesday. Oh, there it goes. I was wondering why it wasn't displaying anything. Oh yeah, commissions. I'll do this one just because this is a special one, but the rest of them I'll do later. Let's go find Anna. By the Adventurers Guild. Us? Not the Adventurers Guild. Well, at the very least that wasn't where I was thinking of. Yeah, that's the windmill. I was thinking... well, I suppose I was thinking of the Knight's headquarters. You know, I was thinking of that roof and not on top of the windmill. At least I was just thinking generally high places in Mondstadt. Because that's the general idea with these Anna quests. Is go find the nearest high place. At least we get some mushrooms out of this. Oh, quite a few mushrooms. Anna? There she is. I was just double checking that I was on the right mic. Like, I haven't done an audio test, so I'm just paranoid that nothing's working. On top of a windmill. Oh yeah, we've also got... Oh, it's just some gear stuff. I was hoping that was going to be some gems. So we can nearly do a second temple. I think I'll probably start putting in Al-Hytham's banner, because I looked at Xiao's constellations, and that's not constellations. His C6 looks fun, like that looks really nice. But that C6 and the rest of them aren't that interesting. But I still want to get Yao Yao. Which means I have to do some pulls. But I'm sure we will get plenty of gems from this. I can see Zhongli. Oh, and I've triggered the cutscene.
Paimon votes we go say hi to Xiangling first. Huh? Xiangling? What a pleasant surprise meeting you here!
I do love when you can see the characters before you start the cutscene.
Oh? Why, the pleasure is all mine. As is the surprise, surely. It must be fate that brings us together in this place. How have you fared as of late?
Great, or alright.
I sense you are older and wiser than the last time we met. It seems your travels continue to yield valuable insights.
We last met like 2 days ago. I get the idea is you've not met since either doing the story quest or and you've gone and been to Inazuma and Sumeru. But no, we literally just finished the Archon quest, so...
You are too kind.
Oh, close up.
So, Xiangling, are you here to listen to stories over tea again?
Does he have any money to
I
do
had
that?
originally planned to set out after this last round of tea. However, I had planned to take a walk to Qingse village and gather some nascent bamboo shoots, which are currently in season. A village...
Huh?
I don't care.
Nascent bamboo shoots? Why can't you just use normal bamboo shoots instead? Wait, Paimon knows! Because Zhongli prefers the finer things in life, right?
Even though he can't afford them. Lumine looks so done.
Okay, Mr. Particular, let me guess. Ahem. The nascent bamboo shoot has a uniquely tender texture and a delicate sweet taste that its normal cousin cannot match.
That sounds exactly like something Zhongli would say.
An astute observation, Paimon. Lantern Rite is almost upon us, but besides the bamboo shoots, there are a few other items I have not yet procured from Director Hu's list. May I ask if you have already made arrangements for the days ahead?
I still have not met Hu Tao in any of my playthroughs.
Well, we were planning to use the opportunity to say hi to some of our friends, but...
Well then, might I invite you to imagine the sheer delight that is a soup cooked with the freshest nascent bamboo
He knows
shoots in
how to
all
make
the land.
Paimon do something.
Generous cuts of pork belly and crisp, fragrant bamboo shoots placed together.
You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Paimon's onto your plan. You just want to hoodwink us into fetching your bamboo for you.
It's working though.
Why, I assure you.
You... Ugh. Let's go, Traveler. Paimon's taste buds can't take it anymore. collecting a few bamboo shoots shouldn't take too long. Paimon is...
Such fine specimens are indeed well worth the excursion.
See? See? Paimon knew he was just bamboozling us.
However, there is no need to rush. The streets of Lear will be bustling with visitors and filled with all manner of celebrations during the festive period.
Like Venti.
By all means, the nascent bamboo shoots would be but a wonderful final touch to a most exceptional feast.
We're heading out. Enjoy your walk, young Lee.
He's not on a walk, he's drinking some tea. 1,000 miles for an enigmatic tune. I really hope this doesn't try and make us go to a place I haven't unlocked a teleport waypoint to.
Bamboo shoot.
Ah, boars.
Bamboo shoot. Nascent
bamboo
bamboo
shoot.
shoot. Oh, this one's only just sprouted.
Stuff
and
that's
it
on the
looks
floor.
super fresh. Paimon thinks this is the one. These should be enough. Let's head back.
Go to the one calling for help.
Help!
Yow yow.
Are you okay? Did any water go down the wrong pipe?
And someone who's definitely not a significant NPC in this quest.
I think I'm okay now. Thank you so much.
That was scary. Well, at least you're all right. All thanks to your savior here. Oh, a little girl? Greetings, everyone. My name is Yao Yao. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Whoa, she's so well-mannered. My name's Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Her vision's like attached to her basket. Like the little thread that's holding it on is also woven into the basket. That's really nice.
I'm Dvorak, a musician from Fontaine.
That is not how I would have thought that would be pronounced. I would have called him Dvorak, not Dvorak. I see no J's in that name.
I came through Stone Gate, intending to head towards Liyue Harbor, but then I became captivated by the beautiful scenery. And before long, I was completely lost.
You've really gone the wrong way if you've gone towards Chingsei village.
Just now, I was so mesmerized by the waterfall that I slipped and fell into the water.
It's all right, Mr. Dvorak. The splashing around the bottom of the waterfall means the stone path is always wet and slippy. You definitely have to be careful. Next time you're exploring an unfamiliar environment, try to focus on what's right in front of you as long as you watch your step. Accidents like this won't happen anymore.
Yes, ma'am. I understand. I'll remember to be more careful next time.
Oh, are you hungry?
Oh,
She'll give him some
I'll be fine.
radishes.
Please, sir, it's quite all right. I was born and raised here in Liyue. It's only natural for me to extend my hospitality to any guests who are passing through. I expect you still have quite a long journey ahead of you. It's very important to keep your energy levels up.
He's got a massive journey ahead of him if he's going to the harbour.
I still have some lotus flower crisps left in my backpack. Why don't we split them between the four of us?
So there are crisps in this world? Also, is that crisps and crisps or crisps and chips? Because, you know, two very different things. Thank you for the follow, Pride Hunter. I hope you're enjoying my rambles to the void.
What a thoughtful kid! She even has some for Paimon!
Yeah, much more thoughtful than Paimon is.
You're welcome. Mmm, so tasty. If only there were more.
Greedy Paimon.
Having a healthy appetite is a good thing. It means Paimon's still growing. If I'd known I was going to run into you, I would have made a second batch. Hope you're taking notes, traveler. This is how you treat your Paimon.
Not
What do you think,
impressed.
sir? Are Liyue's snacks to your taste? I wonder if they're not sweet enough.
No, they're perfect.
So enthusiastic.
When I was traveling through Mondstadt, I had a chance to try one of their moon pies. It had a meat filling, unlike these crisps. But apart from that, it seems like they follow a similar cooking process. Both are delicious in their own way. As for Fontaine's cooking, though, it's been a long time since I've had a taste of home.
Sounds like you spend a lot of time on the road, huh?
He does look like a travelling musician.
I do. It's part of my job. I'm one of the main organizers of the Iridescence Tour.
Also, he's got a guitar on his back. Like, all the other instruments in this game have been, like, older instruments, like a lyre and the drum, and my brain is saying floral zither, but I don't think that's the right word. Oh no, it is the right word, the floral zither. And then this dude's just turned around with a full-on guitar.
Iridescence tour?
I feel like Xinyan mentioned that during the Golden Apple Archipelago.
The Iridescence Tour is one of the biggest music festivals in Fontaine. We're looking to expand, though. Our aim is to hold a festival in every nation. At least, all the main organizers share this goal. Unfortunately,
Once again, beautiful scenery.
it's a long story, so I'll spare you the details. But anyway, so the main reason I'm traveling all around Tavad is to promote our music festivals. But I have some personal reasons, too.
Well, what are they? Just tell
Let me see. Well, to explain it in full, I'd have to start with a story from my ancestors. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Cutscene.
Oh, I love listening to stories.
We would
Okay, then I'll start from the beginning.
It's a very good place to
The
start.
story goes that my ancestor, who was also a traveler, once slipped and fell into a lake during his travels. As he was sinking and gasping for breath, he heard a wondrous tune in the air.
It's gonna be a big reveal that this turned out to be like Venti or someone, isn't it?
They say it was the most beautiful, moving melody he had ever heard, even in that life and death moment. The ethereal. When he finally came to, he found that he had already been brought ashore.
Oh no, a
Not
woman.
too far from him stood an unfamiliar woman with an almost divine aura. Once she saw that he was no longer in danger, she left without a word. My ancestor tried to run after her to give his thanks, but although a mere dozen paces separated them, no matter how quickly he gave chase, in the end all he could do was to bow in thanks to the woman as he watched her walk away towards the rivers and mountains in the distance. Once he returned to Fontaine, he began to learn an instrument so that he could spread his story far and wide, just like the bards. After generations of retelling, embellishing, and dramatizing, people have come to think of that lady as something like a fairy. The story's become something of a local legend in Fontaine. It's called The Lady Overlooking the Lake. People now say that if you go down to the lakeside and play an instrument, so long as you play a pleasing melody, you will hear a fairy lady who is hiding out of sight, playing along with you.
What happens if you play a not pleasing melody? Does the fairy lady come at you with like a guitar and hits you over the head with it?
Wow!
Well, yes. As it stands now, it's become a touch too romantic and I wanted to find out the truth of this tale. So I decided, of course, there's no way of knowing where my ancestor fell into the lake all those
Xinyan?
years ago.
Is
So
that
I
gonna
always
be
knew
why
that the
she's
search would be
involved
akin
with
to
this?
looking for a needle in a haystack. I've spent many years on the road now, and I'm nowhere near as fit as I was in my youth.
Well, I haven't lived half of my life yet, but still, I I understand how you must feel.
Paimon too! It's like... imagine if you saved the center of a lotus flower crisp, which is the best part, by the way, because you wanted to eat it another day. But then suddenly, sploosh! It falls into the water, never to be seen again! Paimon would definitely remember that for the rest of her life.
I mean, not really, but at least she tried.
There's no need to feel sorry for me. I've made some progress over the years. For example, I've concluded that the story must have taken place in Liyue.
Oh, so you finally found a lead?
Yes, in fact, that's
His
an
mouth
intriguing
isn't
story in
moving.
and of itself.
Oh, that is.
I'd always known that Mondstadt is the city of song and freedom. But more recently, I heard that the Animo Archon returned to Mondstadt for a festival in the fall, and learned that he himself is a patron deity of music.
Is he? I mean, I know he's always got his lyre, so he is very much attached to music, but... What?
So I prayed for the Animo Archon's guidance in the Mondstadt Cathedral, and as soon as I set foot back outside the front gate, I noticed a cluster of leaves being blown in the wind further and further west, towards Stone Gate.
Nothing much is up, just... enjoying the lore. Look, Venti actually, like, doing something and not being useless.
A friendly local told me that this meant the wind was guiding me in the direction of Liyue. So I followed their advice and made my way here. Right? You get it. I knew I'd find someone that agrees with me eventually.
Yeah, I agree with him, like... We have met the Animo Archon.
Are you sure? It sounds a bit too much like one of those fake legends told by those treasure hoarder guys to scam gullible grannies from Chingsa village. Rex Lapis has returned to the world. Just give me some incense and a little more towards the travel fees, and I will pass your gift on to the Lord of Geo and ask him to keep you and your family safe and well. And so on and so on.
Heartless scammers. Sounds about right.
Don't worry, Yao Yao. We have a lot of experience with deciphering omens and stuff.
Yeah, we have a lot of experience with meeting gods.
And anyway, you only got scammed if you handed over Mora, right?
Actually, to express my gratitude, I did spend rather a lot of mora on several bottles of fine wine, which I left at the statues of the Seven along the way.
I'm sure those offerings would have been appreciated.
Oh dear.
Well, how about this, ladies and gentlemen? Why don't I bring you all to Yujing Terrace to see Miss Ganyu? I don't know very many people, so I can't help you out much.
Don't know very
but
many
Miss
people.
Ganyu and the
But I
Qixing
know the
just
Qixing.
about everything. If you've been scammed, they'll help you get your Mora back. And if the wind was telling the truth, and you want to keep looking for that lady's family, they'll be the best people to ask.
But you've already helped me so much.
Well, I was gonna take some new medicinal herbs and plants I picked to Miss Ganyu anyway, so it's no trouble at all.
You know what? It's been a minute since we saw Ganyu too. It should be nice to pay her a visit before Lantern, right?
Let's go.
All right. Well, my sincere thanks to you all.
Okay, everyone, please follow me. I'll be your guide. Remember to watch where you're going, okay?
Yeah, I'll just teleport and meet up with you in like 3 hours.
Uh-oh. Paimon's out of a job!
Random event. I was gonna say it would be kind of funny if they did make you follow Yao Yao like the entire way. But at the same time,
Adventure time!
dear God, that would be the worst quest ever if you had to follow your character from a place to another place.
Come a little
Like
closer.
transport balloon
You're in
commissions
for
are
a little
annoying
shock.
enough as is.
Body and mind.
You would not want to do essentially a transport commission quest.
Worthless.
But following Yao Yao the entire length of Liyue. Jump and jump and jump. Oh, I ran out of jump.
No, my sword. Let's light it up.
And run away. Can they stop having the point of requirement of go to Liyue Harbour, be the gate? Can it not just be like here? It's still the entrance, but I don't have to go as far. Run.
Off we go.
Oh, and it's suddenly nighttime.
Liyue Harbor looks very different from when I came last.
I wish they'd stayed on that panning shot because I wanted to take a picture of that.
It's almost as if I'm listening to the same melody, but with a richer timbre and new variations added.
Well, we are here during Lantern Rite after all. It only comes once a year, so they always have a big celebration. It's fair to say that this time of year is when Liyue Harbor looks the prettiest.
Yes, and you're not letting me see it because you've put the camera in the wrong place.
Great. Let's go and check it out. I can't wait to get into the city and see it all up close for myself. The streets are breathtaking.
I hope taking a screenshot hasn't
Smiles
messed
and
with
laughter
anything.
everywhere I look. It's contagious.
Oh, I
I
shouldn't
can
have.
almost feel the music in the air. I have the urge to start waving my conductor's baton.
Why is this dialogue so much louder than the
I'm glad that you're
cutscene?
enjoying the city.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, her leg is slightly clipping into the post, but I never noticed that. It's nice to see, like, someone casually just sitting on the bridge, like. Oh dear.
Useless.
Note to self: you cannot glide during this cutscene. Like, this adds, like, life to the world. Now I've got to go do the cutscene again because I accidentally fell off the bridge.
Wow. Liyue Harbor looks it's almost
I
as
managed
if
to take a picture that time.
It's fair to say
great. I can't wait to
Hopefully
get
the screenshots haven't, like, messed up
the
anything.
streets are breathtaking. Smiles and laughter everywhere I look. It's contagious.
Yeah, I should
I
not
can
have
almost feel the
complained about a
music in the air.
transport quest.
I have the urge to start waving my conductor's
I was
baton.
just asking for an escort quest, wasn't I?
I'm glad that you're enjoying the city.
Xinyan.
Well, hey, everyone. Fancy meeting you all here. What a nice surprise.
Oh, it's giving me an introduction about Xinyan because we haven't met her. If you hear cheers and fireworks, it's probably her.
Hello, Xinyan. Let me introduce some new friends. They are...
Yeah, this is the new Lantern Rite event quest. You've, like, just started, so you've not really missed anything.
Traveler, Paimon, and Mr. Dvorak, right? I've known them all for quite a while.
Well, at least we get... That's alright, get some sleep. Like, the VOD will be up after the stream anyway. You know, never push yourself to do. Never push yourself to watch the screen. There's always going to be the archives.
When I was last here to advertise a Liyue stop for the Iridescence tour, Xinyan was one of the few people willing to give me the time of day.
I'm surprised Xinyan, like, didn't know Dvorak because, like, she's been to the Iridescence tour or something.
Well, feels like I've been chasing this Iridescence tour bandwagon halfway around the world, but I keep getting stood up. What's going on, Mr. Dvorak?
Bye, Houdinis.
I'm so sorry, Xinyan. We've had a string of terrible luck recently, and every time we've tried to put on a show, something or other has come up to stop our plans from materializing.
Is that right? I guess it can't be helped. So, what brings you to Liyue Harbor at this time of year anyway? Thinking of putting on a music festival during the Lantern Rite celebrations?
He wasn't, but they're gonna do it now.
A Lantern Rite music festival? Yes, please!
No, I'm actually here on personal business this time.
Oh, so no Lantern Rite music festival?
I mean, that's not just up to me. Hosting a music festival takes a lot of funding and personnel. Moreover, I've never worked with the Liyue authorities before. Even if I were to start putting something together right now, I think it'd be too rushed.
Wait, but we're going to meet
Exactly.
the Liyue Qixing, aren't we? And they're the ones in charge.
Uh-huh, that's right. Miss Kuching and Miss Ningguang can make anything happen.
You mean... what?
This is the perfect opportunity! Well, sure, it might not work out, but it can't hurt to bring it up as a suggestion.
I mean, like, how do they not have a music festival at the Lantern Rite? At the very least, you'd expect, like, some sort of performances, even if it's not a massive festival.
That's the spirit! See? Even the Traveler agrees with me. Mr. Dvorak, as for the performers, I can put you in touch with some local artists.
Yeah, like, Xinyan is a performer, she knows people.
My friend Yunjin is a well-known opera singer in Liyue. With her support and a commissioned song from the Yunhan Opera Troupe, we should be able to get something going.
Well, what about you, Xinyan? Are you just going to sit this one out?
No way.
What do you take me for? If we actually manage to make the Iridescence Tour Lantern Rite Grand Concert a reality, you think I'd let anyone else perform the opening act?
Wow! There's that rock and roll spirit!
What do you say, Mr. Dvorak?
Okay. I'll give it a shot.
He does not sound very enthusiastic about that.
But the opening act is not something to be chosen lightly, Xinyan. I will judge your work by the strictest of standards, so please make sure you are fully prepared.
Are you kidding? I thought you'd never ask. Whew, guess my shopping time's getting cut short. I'm gonna head back right away and start working on this. Yao Yao, if you run into your senior on the way to the Qixing, please send her my regards.
Okay, I promise I will. Good luck with your music, Xinyan.
You've got this, Xinyan!
Whoa, Xinyan.
So about this senior of yours, Xinyan mentioned us. Is that anyone we know?
Yes, it's Xiangling. She's mentioned you two before. Xiangling's always thinking about cooking. Whenever
Please
she
tell
gets
me I don't
scrapes or
actually need
burns,
Madame Ping.
she just leaves them to heal by themselves. She definitely needs someone around her to look after her. I know you must have looked out for her a lot too in the time you've known her. So, thank you for that.
See, look, there's a stage all ready for a performance. I shouldn't have jinxed it. Why the 5 world quests? I'm not taking the world quest because the last time I took a Liyue world quest, I then had to complete it because it was the story dude. Guess we're gonna get a teapot before we can well, We're probably not going to get the whole teapot. We're going to get a bit of the teapot quest, and then a bit of the lantern rite. Just because of the weird way quests work. Oh, Madam Ping's looking at dead flowers again.
Ah, children, come. You
Oh, they
arrived
haven't
at
respawned
just
in the
right
cutscene this time.
moment.
Oh, what is it, Granny? Need any help?
Oh, no. In fact, my old friends and I have been putting up...
A gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child. When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, that simply won't. Fortunately, I have not yet grown. Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? I will not go into the teapot that you entered previous.
So, in the eyes of an adept...
Oh, indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of. One such as myself must depart from this realm to create a world of one's own. Rex Lapis, on the other hand, moved mountains and seas. But that's enough nostalgia for now.
That's right! Finding stuff's what we're good at, after all.
That's what I'm good at, Paimon.
Oh, settle down now, children. There's no need. What's more, I doubt that you would know how to well, for starters, I require some you would have to dig downward. But almost no one has been able to find. Even more difficult to find is
There's a
Smaragdus
glaze lily over there.
jadeite, which must be chiseled from the rock of the chasm. Or, in any case, Smaragdus jadeite is an adepti treasure. Goodness knows that.
Well, since you're...
Yes, I suppose she does count as an adeptus.
Yenfei, isn't it?
She
Or Yanfei.
counts? How come there are so many adepti in Liyue Harbor?
I'm pretty sure 90% of the people we know are
It feels
adepti.
like even when you go out to eat, you could be sitting next to an adeptus and never even know it.
Oh, maybe so.
I'm back, Granny.
Yenfei!
Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to do the honors. This child here is Yenfei. She's the one helping run some errands for me. Yenfei, I believe you've already heard of the traveler and her traveling companion.
The traveller and the other traveller.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's records. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as before finally defeating an ancient god together with Granny and her associates, and a shame that we didn't meet sooner. If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yenfei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me. Oh, yes, here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and office address. Keep it handy.
Why didn't we contact Yenfei as soon as we got in legal trouble in Inazuma? And then again when we got arrested in Sumeru.
If you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I offer a very generous discount for first-time customers.
All right, Yenfei, all right. You'll have to excuse Yenfei. She's a...
Paimon was gonna ask this...
An adeptus? I guess. Kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis. They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey, leaving me with...
Well, that's a bit casual for an adeptus. Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn contracts to protect Liyue
Up and
Harbor and
left.
all that stuff?
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis. Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. So, Granny, I've got...
Is that so? Yenfei, are you sure you can't...
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already. Well, the chasm's definitely a no-go, but there's...
Whoa, that's a really thick book.
Commercial consultancy. Or... Snezhnaya? Ah, found him.
Did the books just double up over each other?
Krusel! A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on certain articles in the legal codices.
If he mentioned that he was considering acquiring some Smaragdus jadeite to make hairpins, and wanted to know if there were any legal. So, I guess I'll go look for him. Oh, you want to join me? I suppose that's no problem, but it's best.
Wow. An Adeptus imploring us to avoid incurring legal liability. That's a first for sure.
Yeah, the other ones are just like, yeah, whatever.
Best we be a little more careful than.
She's not even part of the quest now. Now we've got to go talk to Crosel. I am very much enjoying the ability to dash forward a bit more. Though I do kind of wish Xiao's thing had a shorter cooldown. Ooh, I can stand on here. I mean, like, it makes sense, it is a physical structure, but... Ooh! I can stand on the umbrellas. I expected these to have, like, no collision and for me to just clip through them, but no. Effort has been put into this game. No, where's the dude we need to talk to? I swear he's around here somewhere. Yes, I could just open up the map. There he is.
Hello, Mr. Crossell. How's business?
Oh, good, very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei. What brings you here today?
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now,
Well, yes, as Miss Yanfei. Might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must...
Wait, isn't Smaragdus jadeite really rich?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because the contract makes it quite clear that if she loses... In return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus jadeite is genuine, with a penalty of 10 times the item's value payable by...
guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown to be false. Yes.
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance we need. To ensure fairness, each of us has retained an original copy of the contract.
Hang on. OBS just managed to, like, disconnect for a minute. I think it's good now. Yep, looks fine. Sorry about that.
In that case, might you know where Miss Chow lives?
Oh, of course.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Crossell. We'll be off now.
Oh. And now Madame Ping is no longer required for the quest.
Useless.
Oh, that tree has collision. I'm going to be very disappointed if Madame Ping isn't actually relevant to this. No fall damage from plunging. Madame Ping.
Oh, it's Master! Is it okay if I go and say hi to her?
Oh, calm down now, dear. I'm not about to run off anywhere. Not a bundle of energy like you.
I haven't seen you in days, Master! I've missed you.
How does Yao Yao know so many people?
Oh, bless you, Yao Yao. You do say the sweetest things. Ah, look who it is. Visiting friends during the lantern rite, are we?
Hello, Madame
That's
Ping.
right, Madam Ping. We were also trying to help out Mr. DeVort.
Hello, ma'am. I am a musician.
Master! Master! The iridescence tour?
An old lady like me wouldn't know much about that sort of thing.
Oh, right! Matt, you're an elder of Liyue, and you know all about Liyue's cultural traditions. Hearing your thoughts would definitely help us figure out how best to approach it. For example, do you think it might be a bit too modern, or is there any other issue?
I mean, music itself is probably like one of the oldest things there is. So I wouldn't say a music festival would be too much of a stretch.
Why, not at all. Music pays homage to history and culture, and it can also be a bridge between different civilizations.
Exactly.
Times change, and the music enjoyed by the youngsters of today is no doubt very different from the tunes I was accustomed to in my youth. Nevertheless, all fine things in life can be appreciated, and so I look forward to it immensely.
Hear, hear. I do believe that, my own dear grandmother aside, you are the wisest old lady I've ever met.
Goodness gracious, you're all being suspiciously sweet today. Yao Yao, whatever have you been feeding them?
Master, you're in such a great mood today. You're even cracking jokes with the rest of us.
Oh, well, I'm sure.
Thanks, Madam Ping.
Quest? And now we've got to go do a bit of Shenhei story quest. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I'm kind of surprised it doesn't want us to have done this quest. Because, you know, at the moment, the Jade Chamber doesn't exactly exist. Where does the quest want us to go? Yujing Terrace and listen to Ningguan's speech. We were just in the Yujing Terrace, weren't we? Where's Lily? Oh dear. Apparently that surface was too steep to walk on. I'm guessing we might need to go up here. Okay, we were in the right place. I just didn't go quite far enough. There she is.
have gathered everyone. Perhaps some of you will have heard the news already. I am, in fact, planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber.
Rebuild the Jade Chamber? That's a huge project.
So the rumors are true.
That's
No
a
wonder
huge
the price
project.
of building materials has gone up so much lately.
The Jade Chamber means a lot to Lady Ningguang. Getting involved
Business.
in this would be a huge opportunity. Lady Ningguang, is there any way we can be of service?
Patience. Since the news made it out a few days ago. Nevertheless, the building site has been chosen, and they are as follows. Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
How the heck did you manage to build it the first time?
Excuse my ignorance, lady.
Only sufficiently large pieces of Plostrite, or specifically Vermilionite, may earn themselves the Sunset moniker. This stone is what allows the Jade Adepti Sigils serve as a means of integrating the mechanical devices. Although these 3 items are rare, I take the saying, time is money, more seriously than most. Efficiency, you may ask me any.
These things won't be easy to get hold of. But if it means it...
Then it's the deal of a lifetime. Information. What a coincidence. I won't divulge too much, but I heard.
Things to do, places to be.
No.
Ningguang's rebuilding the Jade Chamber? This is a
So you heard my announcement, did you? What do you think? Interested? Yes. Providing the question pertains to something I am knowledgeable about.
Maybe I can find out more about my brother. You could just ask Ningguang that anyway, couldn't you? You're sort of friends.
Then we'll never be short of Mora ever again.
That's far too much effort that Paimon would ever put
Of
in.
course. But how much? The construction of the Jade Chamber requires a great deal of space. I have other business to attend to now. Remember, this is a race against.
Ningguang seems super busy. First, we gotta get out of Eugene Terrace. Huh?
Sure.
Ma'am, you seem like an eminent and distinguished young lady to me. I can see that you're easily gonna win this procurement contest Lady Ningguang has set up. As it happens, we have some information about the materials that I really think might interest you. Come on, let's find somewhere a little more private, and we can get down to brass tacks.
I think you're going to win this, but just in case you're not, do you want to come somewhere private with me where no one will ever see us and I'm definitely not going to do anything weird?
No, I don't need it.
Don't be like that. Hey, come on, don't go! Why don't you stand there after her?
Oh, right, yeah.
Chang the Brave. It's not going to be brave for much longer.
Did you hear that? They said they had some useful information.
They don't really,
Information's
Paimon.
just what we need right now. Let's
Fine, I will follow them. I wouldn't really consider this to be part of Eugene Terrace, but apparently
not
it is.
here. Let's keep looking.
Oh, that's as far as I needed to go. Yeah, once they've gotten down the stairs, it's really not Eugene Terrace anymore.
Boring.
I knew. Screw taking the stairs.
And when you meet with the Ministry of Civil Affairs, please remind them that the festivities are not an excuse to procrastinate their work.
Understood, Miss Ganyu. I'll take my leave now.
Ganyu!
Yow yow!
What brings you here, Yao Yao?
I've brought all the medicine you asked me to pick for you. Oh, and here's a pack of sweet flower seeds as well. Also, these dried Genshin leaves make a great pot of tea that's very good. I know you've had a lot to deal with at work recently, but you shouldn't push yourself too hard. If you're not careful, you'll end up falling asleep in the grass again.
That does sound exactly like something Ganyu would do.
Well, this is weird. It's like a responsible younger sister talking to their disorganized older sister.
Don't listen to Paimon, she doesn't know what
Thank
anything.
you, but Paimon's criticism is quite valid. I do have a tendency to neglect matters outside of work, and that's something I should improve on.
You know, that is just straight up a guitar. Like, they're not even trying to hide it.
Oh, my apologies. I don't believe we've been introduced.
Ah! Paimon! What's wrong? It's definitely an ambitious plan. If there's anything you didn't quite catch, Paimon's more than happy to go over it again.
She's probably just thinking logistics.
It may be a little difficult to make this happen.
Oh?
Well, the Lantern Rite is the most important festival of the year. Our celebrations must not only be visually spectacular, but also appeal to the tastes of Liyue citizens from all walks of life. The Iridescence Tour is relatively unknown in Liyue. It would be quite risky for us to bet everything on this one music festival.
You don't necessarily have to say it's the Iridescence Tour Music Festival, just say it's a music festival. That will get people excited.
All very valid points.
Therefore, we will not replace or cancel any of our pre-existing program. However, I will submit a proposal requesting to put the Iridescence Tour special performance as the final act of this year's festivities. Some live music will certainly add to the festive atmosphere on the night of the Lantern Rite. As for the venue... Let's reserve a space at the docks.
The place where there's already a stage?
Yes. My thoughts precisely. Now I just need to take some time to give this proposal some polish.
I mean, that's how I was interpreting it anyway. I wasn't thinking turn the whole Lantern Rite into a music festival. I was thinking add a music festival into the Lantern Rite. Just alongside everything else.
As long as I clearly lay out the pros and cons and highlight the key points of the proposal. Given that Ping and the Traveler have both given the idea their blessing, Mr. Dvorak, I will need to discuss with you the number of musicians who will be coming to Liyue.
Oh, yes, certainly.
I mean, none apparently. We haven't organised anything.
As soon as there's work to do, Ganyu's as diligent as ever.
I couldn't agree more. Master once said that everyone has things that they are good at and things that I'm good at taking care of people, so that can be left to me.
Wow. Hey, Yao-Yao, can you take care of Paimon too? Paimon's getting hungry again.
Paimon.
I'm afraid my backpack's empty now, but apart from lotus flower crisps, what else do you like?
Sticky honey roast.
Anything sweet, and anything that's made from slimes.
Here's what I've drafted so far. Anything else you want to add?
No, this is excellent. I'm racking my brains, but I don't think you've missed a single thing.
Perfect. Then we'll leave it as is. Oh, perfect timing. We were just wrapping... Not at all. Every second counts for a complex proposal such as this. Yao Yao, thank you for bringing my herbs. I will make sure to take them.
Remember to make tea from them first, Ganyu. You mustn't just chew them raw.
I will.
Okay, I should be getting back. If Yao-Yao stays out for too long, Mom and Dad will be worried sick.
Oh, a character that actually has parents. Oh, that's a rarity.
Everyone, I'm sure that the music festival will go off without a hitch, so...
Thank you, Yao Yao.
We should go get dinner
Stay put and wait for 2 hours. What lovely instructions they are. I mean, I imagine that is the point where something would have ended and then it would have been wait the day. But obviously it's been a few days. It's been 3 days since the event came out.
Traveler, Paimon, and Mr. Dvorak.
So we don't have those breaks.
Ganyu has brought me
At
up
the
to
moment,
speed on
anyway.
everything. I'll get straight to the point. The Qixing have approved Ganyu's proposal. Over the next few days, I will be working with Mr. Dvorak on behalf of the Qixing to facilitate the organization of this concert.
Now, that's very unrealistic. Could not imagine a world where, like, things actually get done within a reasonable time frame.
Yay! That's awesome!
Unbelievably efficient.
Please. The Qixing have a duty to deal with matters such as these. On a more personal note, I am an avid supporter of all things new and innovative.
That's not a surprise.
As such, it is my privilege to work with you on this exciting project.
Thank you so much, Kuching. I'd become quite discouraged after our recent failures and was never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined this going so smooth. Right. Time for me to call in the performers. To stage a...
Yes! Our music band's...
Yes, indeed. I
Yeah,
know
this
exactly
is
what
where
I'm
he
doing
fails
from
to
here.
get any performers. I mean,
For a
he's got
musician, music will always be the language they are most
Xinyan
fluent in.
and probably Eugen, and obviously we know Venti will appear at some point.
Oh, that. Well, that can wait for another time.
Oh,
Ganyu? What's wrong?
they told me all about Mr. Dvorak's situation.
Oh, that's quite all right. Don't worry about me, Ganyu.
Thanks. It was just that I had a few initial thoughts when I heard your story. For instance, to tell you the truth, Mr. Dvorak, I am somewhat related to the Adepti myself. I know how important your quest to get in touch with your roots must be to you.
Did you say the Adepti? And your illuminated beast? Parch, are you telling me all the rumors of the Liyue Adepti are real? So it's not just artistic license?
Should we tell him that Madame Ping is also an Adeptus? Like, I sort of get the idea of some people being like, are you sure? But like, this is a world where gods very clearly exist. And it is well known that the UA has the Adepti who helped Rex Lapis. How the heck do you think those are just artistic license?
You bet they're real! Trying to track them down is tough, though. Like Julian Karst itself. There's nothing specifically stopping you from going there, but getting in and out of there is quite an ordeal.
Trying to track them down is tough in the main Archon quest, and then you just take a walk around Liyue and you randomly run into a lawyer who happens to be an Adeptus.
Yes. Anyway, if you're looking to uncover a lost, but if it's a person you're looking for, then I just might be able to help.
I see. I think I understand the situation now.
Yes, that was also my thought.
Great. So Mr. Dvorak and I will concentrate on things here in the city to make sure the concert goes according to plan. In the meantime, Ganyu will reach out to her network and try to find the person he's looking for.
I'll be impressed if she managed to
How's
find
your workload at
someone.
the moment? Will you be able to make time?
I can probably get through everything in 2 days, as long as I don't sleep.
Wait, what do you mean as long as I don't sleep? Even for someone with illuminated beast blood in their veins, working for such an extended period without a break will take its toll on your health.
Somehow that does not sound persuasive coming from Kuching.
Yeah, I feel like Kitchen would also be the kind of person to go, sleep is for the weak.
Be it but 3 moons from the start, he who returns is not he that departs.
Even if it's only been 3 days, you change.
Even I know the importance of maintaining a healthy work-life balance.
In that case, 3 days.
All right, I can work with that.
If you have the time, would you join me for this, sir? You're well known to many of the Adepti and respected among the people. Okay, then let's meet back here in 3 days.
What's this space, Mr. Dvorak?
You're all so...
Just think. Imagine if we found the Adeptus lady, or one of her descendants, and got them to come to the performance. Wouldn't that be amazing?
What if we got them to
It'd
perform?
be such a happy reunion. And that's exactly what this festival's all about.
I'm sure the Animo Archon feels the same
You're
way.
right. Okay, I'm gonna pull out all the stops to make
We should probably get going. Mr. Dvorak, could you come with me to confirm the site?
Ooh, we can...
I was wondering, what are your thoughts on music? What does it mean to you?
Music sounds nice.
Sounds... nice?
Truth be told, the question of what music means to people is one that I've been pondering for quite some time.
I mean, it means different people,
Let's
different
revisit this
things to
question
different
after the
people.
concert.
For some people, music is their livelihood. Some people, music is a way of expressing themselves. Like, there is no right answer to what is music.
Well, will you look at that, ma'am? Nowhere left to run.
Apart from left, or right, or just directly through the middle of you two. Or just swim.
Don't worry, we're not bad guys.
Or freeze the
You give
water
us
since
some
she's clearly
more,
got an
We give you a little
cryovision.
info. Everybody's a winner.
Actually, why are they even bothering to attack someone with a vision?
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off. I'm telling you, there's something different about her.
So what? She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay those gambling debts if we just let money walk away from us, huh?
I've already told you, I don't need your information. If you still can't grasp that, I'm happy to repeat it in a way that won't be so easy to forget.
Come on, ma'am. You seem like an intelligent lady. I shouldn't have to spell this out to you.
And you seem like a very unintelligent dude.
It's not about whether you need the info or not, okay? It's about you taking out your money and handing it over and nobody getting hurt.
I'm pointing to Milief like, why are these guys not doing anything?
I won't.
No more excuses! Yeah, I saw you. Strolling into Leo, then Shinyue kiosk, then Wanmin restaurant. How could you afford to be so wasteful if you weren't from a rich family?
I mean, she might
And
just
since
not
you're
be
so
paying
rich,
for anything.
What?
Master warned me not to lay a hand on anyone in Liyue Harbor, but here we are. Perhaps... yes. Let's call it fate.
Boss, I'm telling you, something's not right.
What are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us, all the better. We'll sue her for everything she's worth.
Oh, you again.
So you know about these guys, and yet you're just facing the opposite direction and like not hearing the conversation, which is very obviously happening.
What are the Millilith doing here? Did you do this?
Silence! How dare you threaten innocent civilians? You're...
No.
Shenhe,
Oh, Shenhe, not Shenhei.
Shenhe?
my name.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. Paimon's name is... well,
Paimon.
Paimon. And
I've heard about you two before. Thank you for helping to defuse the situation.
I really don't like her top. Like, that's so inefficient. Like, as soon as you move, that's just going up and down. It's like, maybe if these side bits were attached at the back, I wouldn't find it as annoying. But the way it is, it just looks like a flap that's just gonna go.
I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head against the ground a handful of times is all it would have taken to get him to surrender.
I don't think he would have needed a handful of times. I think just grabbing his head would have been enough.
you can't do that. That's way too violent. This is Liyue Harbor. There are laws against that kind of stuff, you know.
Oh, look at that sunrise.
Laws. No.
Really? So,
That would be my stomach growling. I haven't eaten enough.
she's so... Wait, that's right. Then of course you're still...
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my usuals.
Medicinal herbs.
Medicine.
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Boo Boo Pharmacy's not far away. But after all...
You can't work on an empty stomach.
Do you think Shenhe might be an Adeptus?
Definitely.
It seems like it's her first time in Liyue Harbor, and she doesn't seem to get how things work here.
Well, she's not an
She is an
Adeptus, she's
That would
raised
explain
by the
everything.
Adeptus, isn't she?
Where does she fit in with the other Adepti, though? Paimon's super curious.
I love just gliding upstairs. It's like, I will be fair, it looks really natural when you run. When you shuffle, it looks stupid. No, not enough primos. Also, who is it that we require? By when? Well, we've gone to go see Baiju.
Are you here to buy some herbs? I do
Oh,
hope you brought
herbalist
your
coup.
prescription.
Oui.
Chingson, glaze lily, and violet grass, please. Half a pound of each.
What kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a lunch order. Oh, here you go. That's everything we have in stock.
Thank you.
She's really eating.
My hunger has now abated. Thank you. Rather awful. Though they were not completely devoid of sweet fragrance. After consuming a large quantity of them, bitterness is all that remains.
So, how can you chow down on these and barely touch the restaurant? If Paimon had enough, Mora,
Because I'm not sure whether I will remain here in the future.
She doesn't want to get attached to the food. Just learn how to
The food
cook
of the mortal realm is most delicious. But should I return to the mountains, yearning for the food here shall only pose an obstacle to my continued spiritual development. Sampling each dish in order to appreciate...
Return to the mountains.
Enough about me. What are your plans from here?
Wait for this quest to move so I can go back to the Lantern Rite.
Oh, right! Paimon almost forgot! And...
I see.
Yep! Were you interested?
I came for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber, but until this point I had no intention. However, you have shown me your kindness, and I would...
Wow! Yeah, but having an Adeptus help out will make things a whole lot easier, so...
Then let's not delay.
Great! Paimon...
I am not sure whether, or to what extent, this plan can be classified as awesome. I do, however, believe it will be highly effective. We simply need to dispose of everyone who is currently ahead of us. Then, we alone shall become the victors.
You can't just do that, Shenhe. Or Shenhe.
Vito! That is not acceptable! Not by a long shot!
What is going on with her hand?
Really? But I hear that competition is
Oh,
in
does he
essence
just have
about
some like
conflict
fun
and
gloves on and I've
one-upmanship.
never noticed?
Look, we want to win this competition fair and square, okay? Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Course, and...
I was wondering who I could hear arguing over there. So,
Baiju.
it's you.
Baiju? What are you doing out here?
This is his pharmacy.
Lady Ningguang wishes to purchase a large batch of wound dressing. We're running low at the store, so I came out to fetch the ingredients personally.
Huh? How can we...
I'm not too sure. I did hear she's looking to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Maybe for its first aid on site? I didn't ask, though. Far be it from me to pry into my customers' personal affairs.
Doesn't care as long as he gets paid.
And she also borrowed Chi-Chi. Meaning Boo Boo Pharmacy is very short-handed right now. I don't suppose any of you are looking for part-time work by any chance?
No, we've got other stuff to do. While you're here though, you seem to know a lot. Have you ever heard of something called Sunset Vermilionite?
The variety of plostrite used in the Jade Chamber, yes? There is some mention of it in the Seven Mountain Treatises. As far as the records show, virtually all Sunset Vermilionite...
Okay then, let's...
It's like, why are we
You're
asking a
quite
pharmacist
welcome.
this? Oh, we're back to following the quest. I still don't understand why we had to do that. I'm guessing that the character must have just been one of the random ones that was listening to Ningguang's speech before.
Lady Yuhang?
Baiwen, what is it?
No, I have no idea why she was required there.
Per Lady Ningguang's orders, I've been gathering intelligence outside of the city with the goal of uncovering and dispatching any trouble ahead of the festival. I am told that a strange melody was heard somewhere along the coast. I was wary of investigating further on my own,
Someone was
so I
standing
was
there
just
playing
on my way
music
to
and
report
someone's
this
been
incident
spooked.
to Lady Ning, but I'm worried that if we don't...
I understand. In that case,
Yeah, Kuching, you're busy with us. Don't worry.
With the traveler on the case, it's as good... Thank you. This will be a...
Will do. And say...
You have my thanks too. Stay safe and come back as soon...
Good luck.
I'm surprised Dvorak's not gone a strange melody. Perhaps it is the random lady I am looking for. The answer is probably it's Venti or it's some random musician hanging out. No, there's definitely got to be some sort of spooky mystery.
Byron said the strange tune is coming from around here, right? But Paimon doesn't hear anything.
I was just wondering who in their right mind would come out to a place like this. So, it's you two.
Yeon! How'd you sneak up on us like that? You nearly gave Paimon a heart attack.
You look pretty alive to me. Can't have spooked you that bad.
Are we not going to get a little thing telling us who Yelan is, considering we've not done the chasm quest? Oh, there it is.
Fair enough.
Ah, you're here for that too? So come with me. I've already recon...
Investigate clues. Is it going to be a bottle of wine?
The stuff by the door isn't pretty. The doors and the windows.
Could it just be the person that lives in this house was playing some music?
This place is complete.
Oh no, she said it's empty, okay.
How strange. If the bad guys could have sneaked in while the...
Seems you've done a pretty thorough inspection. So, any theories on...
Yeon, you didn't hide some of the...
Why would I make this more difficult for you?
Okay, well...
What about you? Give up as well?
Difficult to theorize with no
It's
evidence.
not obvious at first sight. That, to be honest, I was only able to put... A long time ago, there used to be a group of bandits in the Liu, but it wasn't a rallying cry to rouse their fellow men. It was a disconcerting tune. To escape with their lives, the villagers would abandon their home. The bandits were eventually brought to justice. Whenever they heard that melody, they would feel... The culprit of this crime exploited that very fear to get access to this house. The victims obviously will have gotten quite... The important thing now is to find this copycat criminal. On any other day, that'd probably... Take a look around and you'll see what I mean. This criminal is... Not only did they stay off the muddy road to avoid leaving footprints, it looks like they were also careful not to bring any gadgets with so much as a trace of element. Unfortunately for them, I'm one of the best trackers in the business. They're not about to get away with their little scheme on my watch.
So basically, if we want
Just follow Yelan.
Mm-hmm. As long as you can keep up. Since the culprit's trying to be cautious and low risk,
Oh, we've been moved. I was gonna knock down those rock piles, but oh well. Yeah, Yelan, are you still? I'm the one that needs to keep
look at
up.
this. These tracks are superficial, but they definitely didn't occur naturally. Something heavy was being dragged this way, meaning we're headed in the right direction.
Then go quicker.
Huh. Their pace is increased. Normally, people carrying a heavy load slow down as their journey goes on and they start to tire. Whatever's motivating them to speed up must be psychological. For instance, reaching the home stretch.
Or being chased. Hey, come on. You're supposed to be escorting me, not the other way around. Nope. I was gonna...
Look! A treasure hoarder tent!
I was trying to destroy the blocks.
Not the treasure
Or
hoarders
the rocks.
again!
Come on, let's run.
Hang on a minute, Yelan. I'd lost all my direction. Chest.
Why would anyone want... Forget it. It's not my concern. Boring!
I mean, why wouldn't one want some primo gems? Ujing.
Hey! Who are you?
The evidence is conclusive. Okay, confess and we'll go easy on you. My patience is running low, so why don't you do us both a favor,
You kidding me? You think I'm scared of you?
It will be in a minute.
Perhaps not.
Oh, I love it when they give us a trial.
Seems like you're not all talk after all. But there's no going back now. Better up my game.
That's an interesting artifact set. I love how immediately you ran out of help.
It's a little late for that. I've come this far, I might as well finish the job.
I surrender! I surrender, please! I'll do whatever you...
Tell us everything. You have one chance. And I'm warning you. Don't make me ask twice.
I won't, I swear. You know, so... I know I'm with the treasure hoarders and everything, but...
Wow, you're really going to complain to us about that?
No, not at all. I'm just...
Okay.
I racked my brains trying to think of what I could do. And eventually, I remembered something from back when I was a kid. I remember the tune, so I figured I'd... But they did. And they just left all their... It was completely wrong of me. I know that now. I'll return every...
Give you a chance, huh? Sounds to me like you'd rather strike some kind of a deal.
Yes?
You know how to bargain, I'll give you that. You'll have to take a walk with... Once we've returned the goods, we'll find the owner... You know, as a former victim of this kind of crime, does your greed matter more to you than your fear? More to the point.
You mean...
That's
Perform
enough
in the
hints for you.
festival.
You'll have plenty... There's not much left to wrap up, so I'll take it from here.
What is it?
I'm still not sure how you first got your hands on this information. So play it safe when you get back. Don't mention to anyone. You helped a lot with the investigation and arrest anyway, so it's perfectly fair for you. See you when I see you. And happy Lantern Rite.
We can't exactly take claim when Yelan's the one taking...
Although, it's kind of a shame that we never got
Yeah.
that treasure hoarder guy to play the melody again. Right? How could any— When we were chatting with Mr. DeVore, and most music is, right? Paimon never imagined that music could be used to commit crime. Oh, really? Well, anyway, now that
This event is really trying to just explain music to me, isn't it? But, like, you can't really explain music in that way. Also, the Sumeru story— well, I suppose not Sumeru story quest, Nilo's story quest sort of did the same thing, but with art. Or performances, even.
we're back! Everything's all sorted!
That's great news. Oh, please.
Feet.
My greetings to both of you. Long time no see.
Again, we saw each other like 5 minutes ago. When I had to start the other quest.
No need to be so formal with us, Ningguang. We've known each other for a long time now.
On the contrary, I think it is those that I have known longest to whom I should extend the greatest courtesies. Alas, on a different day, I would invite both of you inside for some tea and but you're quite right. Trivial matters aside, once the performance itself is over, we'll then need to invite the representatives of the iridescent. Simply put, there will always be work to do.
Whoa, you're already
Well, we can discuss more current affairs if you'd prefer. I trust you saw this year's Mingxiao lantern at the docks when you arrived at the city?
Is that the massive bird thing?
Yeah, it looked like a goose. Which Adeptus is it modeled on this time?
Again, I've not done the lantern rite before. This shouldn't be treated as common knowledge. Paimon clearly knows what she's referring to. I've gone, the only noticeable thing was that bird thing. Maybe they're on about that. And clearly I'm right. But that shouldn't be, like, just assumed.
Sea Gazer. I believe you're familiar with the name. Legend holds that he was free-spirited and easygoing. People described him as a cheerful soul and a loyal friend.
I remember there was 2 bird-looking ones, but I don't remember which was which.
On this marvelous lantern rite, if the sound of music can flow like the rivers and streams into every corner of the land, perhaps the souls of those who have gone before us will hear the song of a new era. I wondered whether the melodies will be to their liking.
And you weren't planning on holding a concert?
Oh, you're gonna love them. I'm sure of it. At least, if the guy you mentioned is anything to go by, the Adepti and Heroes of the Past sound like a—
Well, I heard that you'll be going on a search with Ganyu to find the descendants of a fairy lady. I'm sure this quest to uncover the truth behind an ancient story will turn into a most...
Into a most? Oh. The event has actually started now? Yao Yao? Yunjin? I want to say that's Beidou, but I don't recognise that bit. Like that head bit. And then Yelan. So I'm guessing, yeah, 4 side quests and the main quest. Oh, tiny Chi-Chi. Yunjin and some dude. That is Beidou. Just from the side, so I didn't recognise it. And Yelan. before we continue, I am just gonna go to a toilet. I will be back in a minute.
While the Millelith stands guard, evil shall never prevail.
The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me. Reduced to just standing around. How absurd. Those memories. So dark.
I just like slammed my elbow into the wall as I exited the bathroom. I am also hungry, so I'm just gonna eat the cream egg.
While the Millelith stands guard, evil shall never prevail.
with Ganyu. Let's head to Eugene Terrace.
Oh, sleepy Ganyu.
Greetings, traveler in Paimon. What time is it?
Pre-mags are very nice. I wish they just weren't as expensive as they are.
Are you okay, Ganyu? You were nodding off there. Didn't you sleep well last night?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Let's discuss the matter at hand. Since last time, I've been thinking a lot about the story Paimon told me. In essence, someone rescued a drowning man and performed some music. If that were all there was to it, it could have been many people, but the tune was allegedly so wonderful that the drowning man forgot about. Perhaps there was an adeptal power at work in that music that he, as a mortal, could not perceive.
Or it was just a very good piece of music.
Perhaps he sensed a power surrounding him but lacked the words to describe it, not knowing where it came from.
Like, considering they're a family of musicians, it wouldn't surprise me if it was just a really good tune.
Either way, if this part of the story is true, then the rescuer has to have been an adeptus.
You really think so? But this story is all the way from Fontaine. Isn't this a bit of a long shot?
But the story took place in Liyue.
Also, Paimon's really curious about how people from Fontaine think this fairy lady looked.
I mean, if she's a fairy, I think
Ooh,
wings.
like a crystal fly's wings? That would actually gun you. If you had to save a drowning person, how would you go about—
Huh? Once I was sure that they were going to be okay, I'd slip away without a sound.
Got it. So basically, Ganyu's the type of person who doesn't like taking credit for her good deed.
No, it's not like that. I'm just not very good at explaining things. And I also find it really awkward accepting other people's gratitude.
I feel the same way.
Well, what if this adeptus in the story had a similar attitude? She was probably thinking something like,
I was merely passing
by and saw fit to address this egregious disruption to one's graceful zithering at once. You may keep your thanks to yourself.
That was actually a very good impression of Cloud Retainer, Paimon. As far as I'm aware, Cloud Retainer isn't the most musically gifted. Still, we can't completely rule her out just if we said, you'll be able to confirm it. I've been in Liyue Harbor for so long now that I'm just not as—
Sounds great! And we're pretty close with Cloud Retainer by now, so we probably don't even need to bring her food this time, right?
Just bring food anyway,
I've
Paimon.
prepared a gift for her to mark the festival. Just in— Cloud Retainer spends most of her days studying mechanisms in her abode. She's on— never mind. Traveler?
Talks far too much.
Seems like this is a tough decision for— Paimon gets why she'd be so anxious. Okay, how about this? If Cloud Retainer tries to start telling stories about her again this year, we should pipe up and change the topic. Wait, did she—
Part 2. Fortunately, I already have the teleport for this, unlocked from the main quest. Whee! I think that bit of dialogue is related to something else. Because we've already established that this is the one that likes food.
Paimon's so tired from trying to keep up. Don't either of you need to take any breaks?
You just float around.
I can't believe it. Cloud Retainer is not here.
Huh? Did we miss—
She doesn't like to travel. So in the past, it's always been the other Adepti who come to visit her during the festivals. True. Now that I think about it, Cloud Retainer would be quite capable of, since she's not here.
Uh-oh.
More traveling.
Please go on.
Our goal here is to find... We can't hear any music right now, but...
Yes, I think that's...
So, all we have to do is get the Traveler to pretend to fall into the water, and the Adeptus will come to the rescue!
No.
You know perfectly well that Paimon can't swim!
Paimon can float, though.
Just trust Paimon! The water's pretty deep over there.
Also, just... Ideally, anyone that sees someone who's drowning is gonna help them. We've already established that she's not here.
Help! Help! Someone's drowning! If only there was a kind-hearted Adeptus here
Someone's
to
just having
save
a
us.
leisurely swim.
Oh no! Whatever will a Paimon do?
What is going on?
Oh, it's Xiao. I find that quite funny considering I was the one who was using Xiao. How the heck did he get here from the Wangshan Inn?
How do you feel right
and Shenhe. They know each other?
Shenhe! And the Conqueror of Demons.
Why don't you say something? Please don't make Paimon explain it. Okay, fine. Paimon will explain. We're looking for an Adeptus who's good at being a lifeguard and playing music. But if the Adepti aren't gonna stay home, then how are we supposed to find them?
It wasn't me.
Yeah, so this
Yeah.
Adeptus is most likely a woman.
And I am not an Adeptus, as you both already know, Traveler and Paimon.
Okay, so this is Paimon's fault. No way Paimon would have suggested this idea if she'd known how awkward this was gonna be.
What the heck are they doing
Glad
together?
you're okay. As far as I know, the one you seek is no Yaksha. And one last thing. Your actions here caused others a great deal of worry. Do not repeat them again in the future.
Yeah, you little tsundere.
As ever, the Conqueror of Demons comes and goes, just like the wind. Right. I didn't dare to say a word just now. How's your training going, Shenhe? Have you made any plans for Lantern Rite? We could spend it together in Liyue Harbor if you'd like.
Oh, I had planned to spend the festival with Master this year. However...
She's not here.
Oh,
speaking of Cloud...
Earlier this morning, she set off. I noticed she was using an Adeptus art of some kind to protect...
So we just missed... Please excuse me for a moment.
Sure.
It sounds like Ganyu and Shenhe have gotten a lot closer recently.
I didn't even know they knew each other.
Yes. During the summer and winter, I continued to train with Master. In the other months of the year, I have been learning to adapt to human life in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu arranged accommodations for me in the city, and also recommended several work positions for me. But when I try to blend in by referring to her as Miss Ganyu or Lady Ganyu, like the others, she says I mustn't address her like that.
Because you're friends.
Sometimes I'm supposed to copy other people. Sometimes I'm not. Oh, is that what it is? Noted. So, you came looking for Master today because you wanted to ask her about the Mystery Adeptus. Is that right?
Yep.
Oh, speaking of that, have you ever heard any music while out training in the mountains?
Music? What is that?
It's... a kind of a happy or relaxing sound. Or, a
It's the kind of time we need the live from
or even
Sumeru.
a terrifying one.
Okay, I'm done. I also left her a note so that she knows where to find us.
Yay! That's...
We were just talking about this thing called music, and...
Oh, really?
She's probably just going to take us to an animal or something. another quest here. An adept with summons. I don't think I've done that quest before.
Boring.
Oh, a challenge square. I'm probably not going to pass it, but I might as well try. Ah, yeah. I'm not passing anything that requires geoslimes. Geoslimes suck.
You're in for a little shock.
Let's light it up!
Lament.
Nope.
Here.
Oculus. And some loot.
Rain outlines your fate.
I mean, I don't
Come a
exactly
little
have-
closer.
I have catalyst.
You're
it's
in for
fine.
a little shock.
Oh, those make an awful noise. I've never heard that noise before.
Let's light it up!
Because I quite often don't play with any headphones in.
You're in for a little shock.
I mean, it's a very windy noise. It's
Going
accurate.
out is tiring.
Sorry, Lisa. How am I supposed
Time
to
to
deal with
act.
this exactly? Seemed like the answer was just stand there and get hurt for a bit.
Everybody stand back!
Come a little closer.
Run away. Run away a bit more.
Come a little closer.
Xiao's das can be elementaled.
You're in for a little shock. You've been a naughty boy.
Let's light it up!
Stop this annoying thing.
No, my sword!
Attack her.
Come a little closer.
Looks like I got carried away.
Off we go! Body and mind. Ring cutter. Let's light it up! Off we
This
go!
is a very annoying fight when you don't have an archer.
I'm going in!
Yes, Lisa's a catalyst, so she does have range.
Come a little closer.
But it's not a lot of range.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
And you can't aim, so you can't focus one.
Rain outlines your fate. Let's light it up!
Come a little closer.
So when they do this annoying floaty thing, like you need to hit them.
You're in for a little shock.
You can't aim at them to hit them.
Disappear! Worthless!
This does nothing.
Worthless!
All this is doing is swirling the fire.
You're in for a little shock.
Let's light it up!
Yep.
I was hoping it would get some sort of elemental resonance, but nothing happened. Where's... Are the other ones fallen down the cliff? Oh, and now it's trying to float back up the cliff. It's probably resetting. God damn it. I'm probably going to have to do the whole fight all over again now. And that's never fun. Hopefully it will have realised I've killed one of them and won't make me fight both of them. Please let this be a surface. Yeah. Come on, you bastard.
No, my sword!
Boring!
You're in for a little shock.
No, don't fly over there. Because if you go over there, I'm not going to be able to get you back down. Or back up.
Let's light it up!
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Yep. Try not to enjoy this too much.
Boring. And dash. Yes, stay still, then you continue getting attacked by the same thing.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Blitz.
No. Oh. Oh, that was close. That was far too close.
Let's light it up!
Come a little closer.
Oh, there we go. Right. Now to go visit Shenhe. Or Shenhe. You know, doing what we were actually intending on doing and not randomly getting distracted. Ooh, the domain is easy access. I was wondering whether I'd have to do a puzzle to do it. I love this terrible layer of cloud. Oh, it's raining. It's only raining below the cloud. That's actually quite nice. Do I have... No, only some Mondstadt ones.
Many mortals fear lightning. Incomprehensible. Fear of something so common.
I mean, many people fear spiders and they're even more common. Cheating?
Worthless!
Cheating?
This is the place. I enjoy training here to the sound of music.
Sure, it isn't just thunder and lightning.
Paimon's got death! Paimon can't hear anything! Oh, whew. Paimon,
The faint sound of birdsong, the quiet murmur.
Okay, fine. It's all Paimon's fault. What we're
I
looking
mean,
for
birds
are
do
not the
great
sounds
music.
of
Like,
nature,
the
but
bird song would be a
melodies.
correct sort of.
And a melody is?
Hey, why don't you just sing that one melody Shen has heard before? It'll probably help her to understand what we're talking about.
With the flowers. I don't recognise that one. I recognised the da 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 bit when they previously sang, but I didn't recognise that one.
Oh, was that from the opera that Yunjin sang?
Oh. That would explain why I don't recognise it. We haven't done that quest yet.
That was a melody, and melodies can be called music.
It felt like I was transported back to the past. In my mind's eye, I could see the Zhao lanterns lighting up the night sky again.
I really need to read the previous year's Lantern Quest storyline. Thank you for the follow, Tubby Maple. They're constantly reflecting things, or referencing things I haven't experienced. This normally isn't that much of a problem.
We're all there, raising our glasses and drinking to our heart's content on the Jade Chamber. As I watched Yunjin's performance, when you hummed that melody just now, feelings from a whole year ago. Oh, so that's the power of music.
Hello. I can try and up it a bit, but if it goes too high, it then catches the noise of the fan. And that doesn't work very well.
Wow, Shenhe. That was so deep! Music definitely has the power to bring up memories. It's like a time capsule with all the special moments from our lives squished inside.
Interesting definition.
What about you, Ganyu? Are there any melodies that have left a deep impression on you?
I don't remember if my parents ever sang any lullabies to me. I know some local folk songs, and a few other things come to mind too. The songs of the sailors down at the docks, the little ditties that the vendors call out in front of their beloved shops, the tunes of folk artists performing on the streets.
See, everything can
Yes,
be music.
that in the past, whenever I heard the sound of those tunes, I always felt that they were worlds apart from me. Nenny and Leoa probably view me as a non-human. And they are right, in the sense that I never could connect with humans' artistic expression and their sentiments. So I haven't been able to integrate into their community and be a part of their lives. At least, that's the view I held in the past. Only more recently did I start to realize that the only barriers are ones that I have erected with my imagination.
Oh, it started raining again. I mean, that's an interesting way to think of things. I mean, such an idea definitely wouldn't work properly in the real world.
The way those melodies make me feel isn't all that different from other people after all. They're about mundane details of everyday existence. Life's ups and downs, joys and sorrows. Even though we come from different backgrounds and have different stories to tell, when it comes down to the most common things that we see and experience around us each day in the city, in that sense,
You go, Ganyu! You're really making progress. You have loads of friends friends in Liyue Harbor when you think about it. Like, okay, maybe some are more like coworkers and bosses, but at the very least, Kuching and Shenhe are your friends now, right?
And we're her
Yes,
friends.
technically speaking, we should refer to each other by the conventional forms of address used among fellow disciples. But now that I know what constitutes
Hello,
a
comrade.
friendship, I do believe we are more friends than co-disciples.
How are you doing?
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for the follow. Oh. I'm good, I just need a bit of a stretch. Been sitting for a while, it's starting to not ache, but stiffen. Also disappointed at the lack of Vente in this quest. Like, I don't even think Ganyu and Shenhe were in the trailer for this event. I mean, it's fun to see them.
Once the days are warmer, I would like to host you at my home in the city. Please invite Kuching as well.
But I wasn't expecting them.
I've planted many types of flowers. I'm sure some of them will be to your taste.
Good question. Like, the original premise is that you are a twin, you visit this world, and when you're trying to leave, you and your brother get attacked by this mysterious goddess, and you're separated, and then we wake up 500 years later, fish up this random floating thing, and go throughout the Seven Lands to find your brother. Except, like, after the second land, you sort of know where your brother is, but you go round the rest of the lands ever. Anyway. Yeah, 500 years later, like, I think you and your brother are gods, but you lose your powers, and it's sort of never brought up again. And I suppose that's one of the reasons why you're travelling the lands, is to get those powers back.
You are too kind. I couldn't possibly.
But currently we're doing an event which is completely unrelated to the main story. We're just hosting a music festival at, like, the Lantern Rite, which is basically Chinese New Year's festival, from what I could tell. And there's also just, you know, it's a gacha game.
Nonsense. You are my friend. I have cultivated and cared for the flowers just as you taught me. Once you've seen them for yourself, I am sure you can advise me how to do an even better job next time.
I am curious about whether Shenhe does just want to eat these flowers.
I will save some for decoration. We can feast on the rest.
Okay, she does. Yeah. One of the kings of hell. Paimon is this floaty one. She's basically just our travelling guide and companion. But there is a lot of suspicion that she's probably more than that. Really, she's just there as, like, a substitute for the character's voice. Because this is supposed to be like the player character. So they tend to give most of the dialogue to Paimon. And also have her explain things. Which can mean she gets very annoying very quickly. Yeah, I didn't know that about Paimon's name. I know the names, or like the real names of the Archons, which are like the 7 main gods, are related to some... I don't know if it's demonology, but there is some, like, I suppose religious connection would be the right term. Like there's Barbados, Morax, Beelzebul, and Baal. But I don't know that much. Yeah, exactly. Morax, Barbados, Beelzebul, and Baal are the ones we know. Oh, and Beuer? I don't know how it's pronounced. Yeah. Stream delay's better today than it was the other day. The other day it was awful. Yeah, I don't know that much about the deeper meanings of the names. Yeah, it's the one who uses that name is a like nature god. So they're the god of sort of like plants and dreams almost. Like, it's the sort of thing that's very interesting, but I'm not very good at explaining it. Yeah. That's pretty much spot on with the game. Morax is the Geo Archon, which is like the god of the earth. Barbados is the Animo Archon, which is wind. Beelzebul and Baal are like the electro ones. And then there's some others which we don't know the names of yet. Because we've only met 4 of the 7.
Then, thank you in advance. Wait, what is that saying again? If you insist?
Do people say that? I'm not completely sure either.
Yeah. Oh, the thing with the electro one is Baal is the original. And then they died. And was replaced by Beelzebul. Like, she was an enemy during the game. So that might be slightly related to it. Or there might just be like hidden lore we've not known yet. We don't have the water ones yet. I think the water region is the next region. But she's not. But it's not been released yet. So we don't know their name. I mean, you could probably guess it from knowledge, but I do not have that kind of knowledge. Focalos. I feel like if that happens, I will just nickname them Fuck. We shall have to see in like a year's time whether that guess is correct. Yeah, and then after that there's fire and then ice. Oh, there is sort of a reason for there being a lot of fire demons. You sort of, when you picture demons, you picture fiery pits of hell. Barnabas. Barnabas seems like such a weird name. Like, maybe that's just because we're used to knowing the ice one as the Tsaritsa. But Barnabas is probably perfectly reasonable.
It doesn't matter, okay? You got the point across. No need to split hairs. Paimon's more concerned about your idea of a girls' night out. Eating flowers? Really? Does this have anything to do with you both being the disciples of that illuminated bird?
I don't imagine Russia is canon, but each of the 7 regions are based off of different, not necessarily countries, but areas. So like, the wind one is Mondstadt, which is based off Germany, and then there's the rock one, which is Liyue, which is based off like China. Then, oops, I've just poked the mic again. That probably just made an awful sound. Then there's the electric one, which is Inazuma, which is based off Japan. And there's the plant one, which is Sumeru, but also this massive desert. That's, I think, sort of Middle Eastern sort of area. I'm not too clear with the basis of this one. And then the other 2 are Fontaine and somewhere else, which I don't remember what they're based off of. Yeah, that sounds about right. Like, it's the sort of thing where I'm not. Yeah, the one that sounds like fountain is water. But yeah, I don't know much about like Southeast Asia sort of things culturally, so I don't like talking. I don't like saying much about it. What's the other region called? I think Natlan. And since I'm looking it up, does it tell me where this is inspired of? Pre-Columbian or indigenous America with additional influence from Spanish and West African cultures. Oh boy. I mean, that's gonna be interesting. Because people get mad about stuff on Twitter anyway. Where is Fontaine based off? I don't want to know. Ah. Possibly 1910s France. That would explain why it's called Fontaine. But yeah, everything's... Damn stream delay. I don't know how big the stream delay is. But yeah, like, all the regions are interesting. But they come out once a year. So, you know, if you want to play Snezhnaya, you're waiting till like 2025. So yeah, Paimon's really concerned about eating flowers.
Who dares refer to one not by one's Adeptus title, but merely as that illuminated bird?
That we can get stared at by a bird instead. I mean, it's better than having... At the very least, we've been sitting there during a cutscene, because otherwise it would have just been... like... random lines of dialogue happening every 20 seconds. It's a very nice picture. I don't even remember what was going on in this conversation anymore.
Our greetings, Cloud Retainer.
Ah! There it is! The illuminated bird has landed!
The bird!
Double humph. Now she has the gall to use it rather than she. Even after being chastised once already? Barely a One has received your message from Ganyu. On the matter of the Adeptus you seek, one suspects to know their identity.
What? What were we doing? I got distracted and don't remember what was happening. I think we were looking for a musician Adeptus. Oh right, how do I explain an Adeptus? They're like mini gods. Or just like immortal creatures from one of the regions.
Well, shall one lead the way?
I still have to complete my training for today, so I will bid farewell to everyone here.
Oh, don't worry, it's an entertaining distraction. I just have a really bad memory.
Very well. Await my arrival at one's abode later this night. On this special occasion, you should indulge yourself with some savory dishes.
What, not plants?
If you want to release a Shao Lantern, come and find us anytime.
Why are they called Shao Lanterns?
Thank
Is this
you,
why Shao
everyone.
took part in the Lantern
Happy
Rite
Lantern
last year?
Rite to you too.
I think they already existed before the god. Or didn't necessarily exist before the god, but have always been around. Yet at the same time, there is a bit of the like main quest where you literally have a thing which has a bit of godly power in it. Which is basically, I need to delegate some shit. So, technically yes, but also no. Like, they certainly do all have, like, their own specialty jobs. So, not necessarily wrong. Like, they're not all a crane, like, this one is... I'm not sure if he's an Adeptus or he's a Yaksha. Or I'm not sure if a Yaksha is a type of Adeptus. But he's sort of an Adeptus. The most loyal Demon King.
Useless.
I mean, that's good to hear. Frilly orbs? I don't know what you mean by frilly orbs. There's... Oh. In the menu. This is just the gacha currency. So, important. But I wouldn't say it's lore significant. But yeah, use that to pull for characters. Or weapons. Oh, look at that ping. Hey.
Is this Quaily Plains? Cloud Retainer, why did you bring us here?
Oh look, there's a dungeon.
Ganyu is of course familiar with the name Guizhong, but have you ever heard of her?
There's the ballista.
Guizhong is another name of Agentis, the god of dust. She was extroverted in nature and adored social gatherings and inventions alike.
I mean, Hergentus sounds like an important name. Is that relevant for anything? Also, the God of Dust is just like a really weird title. It's like there's all these cool things you could be God of, and then dust.
Long ago, this region was yet a prosperous assembly. Guizhong often invited her friends to visit her home, reserving for us seats around the largest stone table. Seagazer would always bring out his latest treasure and place it.
Paimon remembers that name. So that's what Seagazer was like.
He was an old friend and a former rival. One has many memories of him. Once he had brought out the treasure, it would predictably become the center of attention. Neither Guizhong nor one was content. As Adepti, we were each gifted in our own ways, and naturally proud of our accomplishments, and his treasures were not even of his own making. He just used...
Cloud Retainer, you are getting competitive again.
She's also getting distracted by a really boring story.
One digresses. Regardless, every time and...
What kind of nonsense?
No kind of nonsense were we spared. Sometimes she would brazenly opine, why argue between... She always sought to make everyone happy. It also helped that she never referred to one as that illuminated bird or ladybird.
I think she should have.
Come on, get over yourself!
That illuminated bird is a much way of describing, what's-her-face? Cloud
Anyway,
Retainer.
Just as our impassioned arguments would reach the apex of acrimony, Marchosius would bring his delectable... Who would dare snub the stove god and his wondrous creations? Back then, one was always bothered by how the cups Rex Lapis brought were always too square for one's taste. Can you see yourselves ever enjoying a drink from a square cup?
I mean, it's just a cup. The square would be an annoying shape just because I feel like I'd end up spilling bits when I try drinking, unless you drink from a corner, which I don't think would be very comfortable. I think there's a reason why we don't have square cups.
Precisely. So, as you can see, even one as great as Rex Lapis was not immune to making the occasional blunder. Even one could never find fault with Marchosius's cooking. Each of those old fossils had their character flaw. We would drink together from a spot high in the mountain. Streetwood Rambler would often remain to admire the flowers with Guizhong.
Streetward Rambler?
That would be Ping. You probably know her as Madam Ping.
Streetwood Rambler.
Oh, okay. Wait, this is a lovely story and everything,
But it's
didn't
completely
we come here to
irrelevant.
find that Adeptus from Mr. Dvorak's story? Or are you saying that...
Alas, Long has one avoided this place, for
Yeah, she
one should have
died.
guessed that you would disrupt one's poignant moment of mourning. No matter, one will. In times gone by,
cutscene.
one quarreled oft with Guizhong concerning mechanical principles. We each had our ideals, and neither would yield.
Why is her
Under the
voice thing
pretext
suddenly
of a social gathering,
gone?
one invited the impartial Rex Lapis to judge the quality of our creations. But Rex Lapis declared that Guizhong's Obscuro Vulpus mechanism was superior.
Oh, she looks cute.
Though one was too proud to acknowledge it. In one's
And the
heart,
bird has a
one
human
knew
form.
that Guizhong was indeed the superior talent. in
Why does the bird
mechanical
not use the
arts.
human form more often?
As
It's
for the
cute.
story between Guizhong and Streetward Rambler, that begins with a certain bell. In Guizhong's opinion, while mechanisms were no substitute for human composers, they were yet capable of producing simple but fine melodies.
Is that the cleansing bell?
But Streetward Rambler believed music to be an expression of the soul. An
Oh,
emotional
look at Madam
enterprise that
Ping.
could never hope to be replicated by machinery. They argued endlessly until one asked Rex Lapis to intercede. He confiscated the bell and designated it for ceremonial use. Thereafter,
Oh, that's
one
why
would
she's got the
often
bell.
find them convening in the mountains, discussing music, mechanics, and all the affairs of the mortal world. But these good times were not to last. War broke out between the gods, and soon engulfed the Guili Plains.
Yeah, I was gonna
Guizhong was
say,
overpowered by the
I have
enemy
done
and
Zhongli's
fell
arc
in battle.
story quest. I
When
do
Streetward
know
Rambler
that she's
and I
dead.
arrived at the scene at long last, all that remained among the ruins was her lifeless body. After this, at Streetward Rambler's request, Rex Lapis granted her the cleansing bell for safekeeping. To honor our friend's memory,
Oh, and the geese
one
on
made a
ballistas.
few finishing touches to her ballistic device. Many lantern rites have passed since then. Many greetings and goodbyes. Upon what do you gaze? The Guili Plains?
No. It's everything. We think of human life as like a lantern that's lit one minute and extinguished the next. But are we Adepti so different? Perhaps as dust settles after a storm, we too must one day return to the world below.
Aww.
One has always been austere and private by nature, and has never relished socializing.
What? You have loads of friends, and you seem pretty chatty.
Just because one is not ignorant of social graces
Gone for a
does
lovely,
not mean
meaningful
one is fond of them.
cutscene back to
One is, in
Cloud
the
Retainer
end,
being annoying.
One is nothing like Streetward Rambler. She is back when they were rivals. That cleansing bell was one of Guizhong's.
Wait, that's weird. Didn't Madam Ping say she pestered an old friend for that bell? And she also said something about being a vain beauty when...
Streetward Rambler, a vain beauty. That bell has a sad history. As for her old friend, as soon as Streetward Rambler heard that a certain Zhong Li wished to borrow the bell, she realized that the man was none other than Rex Lapis, and that he had made an enormous decision.
Oh, Cloud Retainer knows he's alive as well.
After all, we all have known each other for several millennia.
I mean, I
Some
sort of
things between
expected
us
that,
are
but
implicitly
Whoa! So they were talking in secret code?
Enough of your... The cleansing bell is powered by a mechanical art and can be used to great effect, but Streetward Rambler did not acquire it from Rex Lapis for the purpose of producing further funerary tunes. The two once clashed over their beliefs about the meaning of... Once upon a time, Streetward Rambler also loved gatherings. Liquor and mute music would go from mournful to soothing to impact. And years passed before she finally composed a melody to us, which brings one back to the matter you've been investigating.
But if she was so happy with the melody, why would she only play it once?
because it was important.
One was also greatly perplexed by this. After suppressing one's curiosity for a long while, one finally approached her and asked why she would retire the tune after having spent so long on it.
Because it's a way of expressing her mourning, and once she's done that, it doesn't need it
In
anymore.
response, though the strings that played that melody survive, the one who inspired it is gone. Tell me, Cloud Retainer, when the one attuned to my soul is no longer here, who else could hope to understand this tune?
My model's default expression of smiling is not reflecting properly. This is a sad moment, and my model's just like, hey, happy. I need to work on the face tracking.
Poor
Madam Ping.
I just remember being taken care of by you when I was young. Once the Archon War came to an end, I stayed behind in Liyue Harbor to honor my contract. Although I met Guizhong a few times, I never knew anything of this particular story.
Guizhong was quite the visionary, but tragically passed before. Had you not decided to search for that mystery Adeptus, perhaps these stories too. As of now, you know the truth. Do you intend to discuss this with her?
Probably not. Don't want to bring up bad
Do you
memories.
mean Ping might find the topic too distressing?
Precisely. The passing of our old...
If I may be so bold, Cloud Retainer, could it be that this is just your own personal opinion?
Oh? How so?
I've been in Liyue Harbor for quite a long time now, and but this doesn't bring the city or someone as perceptive and wise as Ping will surely have come to understand and embrace this. Though these immortal mountains have
chest.
lost an Adeptus, the Harbor of Mortals has gained a wise elder. No loss can ever be undone, but there is always much that can still be gained. Ping has helped countless people, and will guide many other, though it is heartbreaking to lose a kindred spirit.
We even asked Madam Ping what she thought about adding a music. Oh, when we get back, why don't we just...
Why don't you come with us? It's been a long time since you last spoke.
Is not every lantern rite the same in this regard?
I disagree. Each new
Yeah,
day
every
and
day is
each
different.
new year is different from those that have come before. How long will you simply let them pass you by?
The edibles she brought this time were indeed quite... Very well, then one will be off. If the other old fossils have sneaked away into the city to amuse themselves, one shall soon find out.
Maybe take on a
All
human
right.
form?
We should be getting back to the heart. Say, if we planted flowers there and cared...
Allow one to take back one's praise from a moment prior. You are still far too given to flights of fancy, child.
What? Cloud Retainer?
One observed that you were making no effort to leave, and returned to chasten and hasten you. This...
Oh, that chest is further away than the camera angle would have implied. Ah, dang it. Of course it can be easy.
Rain outlines your fate.
I hate these little buggers.
Come a little closer.
Come on.
Why would anyone want... Forget it. It's not my concern.
Boring. Useless.
I was worried about accidentally aggroing the treasure hunters there. But I managed to get away with not doing it. Oculus.
There's no end to this.
I love the arrow going, this is significant. That may be so, but I'm not interested. Well, he is being activated. I know there is like actual loot and stuff there. that is a problem for another time. I am rather invested in the current story. Oh no, she has just like shown up in bird form. Okay. Bit weird, but who am I to judge? Whee! The plants have respawned. I suppose it will have been 3 days.
Whoa! Madam Ping? And Cloud Retainer?
We did tell her to go there.
It appears you made haste after all.
Oh, bless my soul. To what do I owe?
Miss Illuminated Bird, haven't you said anything yet?
Said what, precisely? And why should one be tasked with saying it?
'Cause you're the one who's known Madam Ping the longest.
Street word. Or rather, presumably.
Oh, Cloud Retainer, you are uncommonly polite today.
Given that Lantern Rite is almost upon... Ganyu, please continue from here.
No, do it yourself.
Huh? So, this all started because Cloud Retainer informed us that the one...
Let me think. Yes, I do believe I recall that encounter. What a long time ago that was. I'm surprised that you still remember it.
Well, she may be a bit of a tsundere, but they were friends.
Even more astonishing, perhaps, is the fact that this story has survived this long at all. It appears that she has proven herself right once again.
Who's she?
Guizhong.
We like to call her Guizhong.
Guizhong.
From the look in Cloud Retainer's eyes, I sense that she has already told you all about her.
Albeit reluctantly.
There is no harm done, after all. Lantern Rite's very purpose is to commemorate the heroes who gave their lives for Liyue. Although Guizhong did not live to see the splendid sights of today.
So, how has she proven herself right again exactly?
Once upon a time, she said to me, but as she interacted, she marveled at the beautiful complex. She told us that with the smallest amount of guidance, enormous power can
Why
be
are we
unleashed
zooming
in
in on
them.
Limin? She's not human.
And a human who has reached their full potential.
She always had it that her mechanical accomplishments were judged superior.
Speaking of mechanics, Cloud Retainer.
Of course. Guizhong and one both put in...
As Guizhong once said, it takes it when I see the sight.
Madam Ping looks very emotional right now.
She's been through a lot.
Of all of us.
She's old and wrinkled now.
It was Guizhong who was the fondest. If she was
Liyue Harbor is always filled with the sound of music.
Oh, yeah! We've been dying to ask. Oh, also, with you being...
I can make arrangements right away.
Oh. It's been a long time since I played this zither, and whenever I play that too, there was a period of time whenever I started strumming. It almost felt like she was, no matter how much time goes by. The moment that melody starts playing, it transports me right back to that time in my memory.
So the past still weighs heavily on your heart?
Probably more nostalgia than weight.
Oh, I would be lying to myself if I claimed to have completely moved on. But that is not to say that grief doesn't get easier with time. Despite the sadness, I have found many things that bring me joy in life. It is simply the nature of the world in which we live that even if one wished to mourn for an eternity, it would be a nigh impossible feat. Just look at this potted plant. Isn't it stunning?
It takes an honest and open mind to confront and conquer grief. You have indeed made progress.
Be that as it may.
Well, Granny!
Yanfei!
Whoa, what's everyone doing here? Did something bad happen?
And now we've spooked Yanfei. No. Everyone's just here to give me their regards
She said
for the holiday.
Yanfei that time, whereas previously she said Yenfei.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm glad.
Even the characters themselves aren't consistent with their pronunciation of
In
names.
that case, happy Lantern Rite, everyone.
Happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite. Oh, I just remembered that I have some work to do at High Pavilion that I need to discuss with Yenfei. I will leave Mr. Dvorak in your care.
Huh? Does it have to be right now? Which case is this again? Hey, Ganyu!
She's planning a surprise.
It seems Ganyu still has much to learn when it comes to the art of deception.
Yeah.
What a pity. She has learned nothing of one's...
Since it's been so long, Cloudwood.
Gladly. This was one's
When you next see the Fontaine musician...
You got it, Madam Pig.
Thank you all. As for that melody...
Wow.
When that time comes... Whoever her
How
spirit
does she
may
make
be
a cup of
among
tea
the
with her
countless
teapot?
grains of
Or does she
sand
use a
and
teapot inside her
specks
teapot?
of dust between the harbor and the mountains? Perhaps she will look at the Liyue of today and steal a smile when she sees the prosperous land that it has become.
All right, let's go tell Mr. Dvorak the news.
Why is this a time limited event? Like, yeah, it may not be any lore significance, but it's still a meaningful event. Like, I don't understand why this game seems so against giving you the ability to, like, be able to click on, like, an event button and have all the events, and for you to be able to go, I want to play this event, with a warning of, like, this was meant to have been played previously. There may be references to things that are not consistent with your playthrough. But no, instead, if you want to find out things that happened in the past, you gotta go to YouTube. There's also, like, this archive sucks. Like, you want to redo... You want to go through the old Archon quest. And it's just... It sucks. It'd be so much nicer if you could go, I want to play this. Open it up as a separate instance. Like a world quest. Or story quest even.
Mr. Dvorak! Ah, and Kuchin's here too! Thanks.
Welcome back.
Really, really well. We found the person Mr. Dvorak was looking for.
I see. So the melody my ancestor heard was an adeptus remembering her late friend? That certainly explains why it was such a powerful and poignant tune.
Huh. That's a really interesting first reaction. Guess that comes with having a musical mind.
I have to say, though, it's hard to believe that the fairy from the tale is now an elderly granny.
Why is that picture in the background so low quality?
Oh, Paimon knows exactly what you mean. Normally, Adepti don't age at all.
I mean, that also looks like that's floating. It's really emotional
But
aging.
Streetward Rambler, or Madam Ping as we know her, probably only became old because it's what she wanted for herself.
She wants to be a wise and
Madam
old
Ping
lady.
possesses vast knowledge and great wisdom.
Yep, Kuching summed it up perfectly.
I think. Yes. I must thank her in person. That can wait until after the concert, though. For now, I need to devote all my emotional energy to the performance.
Ah, speaking of, Madam Ping wishes you. Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that she'll stay in her usual spot.
Wait, are you serious? Oh no, now I'm starting to get nervous.
Just treat it like any other
Okay.
performance.
All right, nope. Another rehearsal is in order. Please excuse me, everyone.
Mr. Dvorak? He's already gone. Paimon wasn't even before we set off on our search with Ganyu. Yes?
Please, share your insights with me.
Music means something different to everyone.
Well, it can. Music is like a kind of memory written in people's hearts.
It sounds like you had an event.
Wait, does that mean you're
Mm-hmm. Just as long as everyone enjoys the festival act, happy Lantern Rite to you as well.
That should be everything taken care of, right?
Not the performance.
Oh, no, wait. Paimon feels like she's forgetting something. Shoot! Latent. Wait,
Oh.
no. Anyway,
Christ.
fancy bamboo shoots!
I'd forgotten about that as well.
Zhang Li said he wasn't in a hurry, so if we went now, there's probably still time, right?
Excuse me.
Anyway, even if we don't make it, it's not a...
Boring.
Oh, Christ, that bit of the story was ages ago. Oh, look, it's Hu Tao. First time we get to see her in the open world. Of course, she's got her little hilly churl thing.
Mm-hmm. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Hu Tao.
Oh. All right, let's take a break here.
Oh wow, look who it is! Are you here to hang out with everyone's favorite funeral director?
I have never met you before.
So you're just casually practicing your rapping skills at the entrance to your funeral parlor? In broad daylight?
Yeah.
After everything we've been through, you don't see me for a hot minute, and you're back to being scared of your own shadow.
I'll be honest, it's not what I expected of Hu Tao.
We have all this open space, a clear view of the mountains behind and the sea in front. Not to mention we have several invisible audience members enthusiastically cheering us on. It's the perfect spot to rehearse.
Invisible audience members?
Who's her voice actor? Her voice sounds familiar.
Gotta say, it took me a few days to get used to Director Who's way of talking.
Xinyan was pretty spooked too when she first got here. Just like when she sees a frog, but a giant frog with sharp teeth.
Brianna Knickerbocker. Ah! Sakura and Charlotte in Fire Emblem Fates. And Elaine in The Seven Deadly Sins. That would explain why her voice seems familiar to me. Oh, and apparently the English voice of Yuka from D4DJ. And Kaide from Magia Record. I love looking at voice actresses because I look and go, I had no idea about that. Because, you know, I never listened to the English dub of D4DJ or Love Live the School Idol movie where she's Alisa. See, looking up voice actresses is fascinating. So I found out the other day that apparently Bryce Papenbrook, who I recognise for Eren and Kirito, also Adrian in Miraculous Ladybug, which I would not have guessed on my own.
Come on, knock it off.
What's wrong? I've never seen someone look so confused before. Well, don't worry. There once was a Fontaine musician who went around town on a mission. He came door to door for his iridescent tour,
looking for acts to audition.
With my words, Shenyan's chorus and Yunjin as our mentor, we'll take the stage by storm with flames roaring and the whole audience calling for more.
For sure! The whole dance floor will be yelling encore! Encore!
Flames roaring, you have got 2 Pyrovision units.
Oh, don't you worry about that. I'm pretty experienced on the stage, and I've already informed the Yuhong of all the pyrotechnics we're planning on using.
Huh. Guess we'll just have to trust Xinyan on this one.
Seen Zhongli?
Oh, Zhongli. He took one of those fancy meal boxes and set off for the mountains. Said he wanted to pay a visit to some old friends.
It's a real pity that he couldn't be around for this, as well as being a true...
Yeah, that's right. To tell the truth, though, I never thought I'd
Well, now you know. The Wangsheng...
I can speak to that.
And jump scare.
Actually, Xinyan, I have some...
Sure thing.
Oh, Traveler in Paimon. I believe... when you see Zhongli, please pass on this message to him. You should join us too. It'll be a riot.
We were literally just at the mountain and now we've got to come back. Or I suppose different mountain, but same principle. Back to the Adepti. I suppose because it's Lantern Rite, they do want us to talk to every single Liyue character. Even the dull, boring ones.
Paimon sees them! It's illuminated deer! And illuminated bird number 2!
A familiar face.
Everything's great! But, you know, if you're so curious...
In fact, Mooncarver has been taking many walks on Mount Tianheng in recent times. I believe the sights of the city are quite familiar to him.
Zhongli! Here you are! We've brought the bamboo shoots you wanted.
Impeccable. Traditionally, bamboo shoot soup ought to be slow-cooked for many hours on low heat. Using Adeptus arts to hasten the process is something of a shortcut.
I think any chef would argue with that.
Wait, that...
Indeed. Cloud Retainer kindly lent me her supreme cuisine machine.
Can we not just call it a cooking machine?
Am I supposed to recognize
never
that?
Mind. She seems to take a lot of pride in her mechanical...
I trust that you found the answers you were seeking. Excellent. The past should be remembered, but not over. When the bamboo shoot soup is ready, I must
Oh, Zhongli! She said it's up to him whether he wants to support us at the performance tonight, but I expect him to make time for the upcoming banquet we're planning. No excuses. When she says performance, she must be... As for the banquet...
As you can see, I have a prior engagement with 2 Adepti friends of... As for the banquet, since the director insists, far be it from a mere consultant like myself to refuse.
Yay! Then we'll see you there?
Absolutely.
Rex Lapis, the bamboo shoot soup is ready.
Thank you. I will examine it right away.
Oh, it's weird someone not referring to him as Zhongli.
The appearance is exquisite, and the aroma rich and intense. Since you came all this way, you should not leave empty-handed. Please, take some soup.
That was that.
I intend to reminisce with my old
There is a performance you do not want to miss. This arsehole better not have met Venti off screen. But seriously, for someone who was in the trailer, Venti has not shown up. Which does fit him, but it's
I'm
annoying.
honored to be here on the Iridescence Tour stage. All right, without further ado, I'm Xinyan, this is Hitao, and this is a little something called...
The Blaze Lilies!
That sounds good. Oh look, Shanglin, Chongyun and Xing Cho. One of the few characters we haven't interacted with during this event.
Butterfly, you two buzzing by, guiding your way to the afterlife, opening the path without a fright. Oh, I'll light the fire, watch it blaze across the universe. I'll spit my rhymes, watch your step, or you'll get burned. Hey, woo! Yeah!
Those lyrics did not go with the music at all.
Does anyone have any plans tomorrow? With another year behind us, I think we deserve a celebration of our own. My treat. Interested?
The Tianquan footing the bill? I can't miss out on that.
Chi-Chi! Aww. Oh, and Xiao. He took his hat off.
Master, listen!
May the year ahead be a blessed one.
I believe it shall be.
Oh, Shinhei.
Master, the Xiao lanterns,
Ha! Elementary. One shall fashion for you a Xiao lantern the likes of which the world has never seen. And you must take it to Liyue Harbor to display its magnificence for all.
Listen, that must be Madame Ping!
I think I just saw one with the two people in the background. Aww. That was a really nice cutscene. Quest completed.
Okay.
Listen to you.
Don't try to tell me you ain't the same.
The Adeptus Seeking Voyage. I've also got just the finishing line for it. Oh.
was hoping we'd managed to avoid all the time blocking. But alas, it was a tiny bit of time blocking.
Reduced to just standing around. How absurd.
So I suppose we shall have to do with that on Monday. The lantern rite was really nice. I like how we got to see pretty much every Liyue character. Even if some of them literally just turned up for that final cutscene. Let's do a pull. Dang it. I need Yao Yao. That's Xinyan. Shut up. Oh. I think that's a good place to end it. I mean, I really like that. Like, obviously I was frustrated a bit because the whole thing about music and no venti when the trailer teased him, and then also just the constant references to things I've not experienced. But other than that, it's a really fun event. Like, most Liyue characters had moments to themselves. I think the ones that didn't will probably be relevant during the little side quests, which I haven't done yet. So I don't know if it will be Monday, because I have an essay due Tuesday which isn't finished yet, so I might still be working on that. But either Monday or Thursday we shall finish off the epilogue. And also start working through the side quests. But for now, it is goodbye. I suck at ending streams. thanks for watching. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully there weren't too many frame drops or too much lag. I know the stream did stop at one point. I hope you enjoyed, and have a nice night. Bye bye.